What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to Fossili Grind. Got a little bit of a breaking news story here. Gonna take a break again from our regularly scheduled programming because of something I saw on Instagram. I was checking out Philly Santosuoso, aka Wavy Trill Baby. Was checking out Philly's Instagram. Philly is if you don't know, Philly is the owner-operator of Humidity Skate Shop in New Orleans. Really wonderful guy. I don't know another skate shop owner-operator that is A, better skater, or B, puts on more for their city and their local skate community than Philly, which is why I think everybody is really down for him, and why I think he gets so many nods from so many companies. He's officially on Cash Only, Butter Goods, Venture Trucks, Spitfire Wheels, and Flowers Hardware. Shout out Flowers, that's a local brand out of Louisiana. So, amazing guy, really nice. If you're ever in New Orleans, it's a must. You need to stop in at Humidity, and maybe Phil will be there, and he'll make you feel welcome. He's a nice guy. He's a sweet man, and like I said, nobody's putting on for the city or for his local skate scene like Philly. He's also a bit of a car aficionado. He's got this dope 128 Mercedes sedan, and he's into the lowrider thing. He's hitting switches and doing all that kind of stuff. So anyway, I love Philly. I miss Philly. I used to live in New Orleans for a little while, and they welcomed me with open arms. So I saw Philly post this on his story about half an hour ago, and what it looks like to me is a sample of an insole for a Nike shoe. This is kind of the usual sample silkscreen text that you'll see on Nikes. Humidity famously had a Dunk collab with Nike SB maybe like 4 or 5 years ago now. I was still in New Orleans when it came out. I remember they did a big release party, and everybody was stoked, and all the homies got pairs. I didn't get a pair. I bet I could have if I badgered them hard enough, and I wanted them. They were a little bit gaudy for my taste. In fact, let's take a look. Here's the Humidity Dunk. Let's see when it came out. September 18, so, geez, it's like soon gonna be 6 years ago. But I get what they were going for with this. It was based on brass instruments, which are very prominent throughout New Orleans. You know, you'll see a second line cruising down the street, and there's guys with tubas, trumpets, trombones, the whole nine. So I think as a storytelling piece, they smashed this one out of the park. You know, you got the shiny brass of your trumpet bell, you've got the musical sheet music down on the bottom, and then the inside is the soft crushed velvet lining like you'd find on the inside of an instrument case. So pretty dope. Again, I wouldn't have dreamt of wearing something like this at the time, so I didn't jump for them, but really cool shoe. And I can't think of a skate shop more deserving of a special collab Dunk piece like this. So I think Philly is cooking with Nike SB again, right? It must be. These look like bench seats that you might find on the streetcar in New Orleans, which is another iconic fabric of the city type thing. So I can see where he's going with this potentially. Yeah, so this is the kind of thing that you will encounter all throughout the city in New Orleans, these old rickety streetcars that go about 2 miles an hour, but a lot of people still use them, and it's a cool, charming, vintage accoutrement of the city, very iconic. So I can definitely see, the red here, I can definitely see that that's where the idea of this is going. I hope so, and I hope that there is another Humidity X Nike SB project coming down the pipe, because I love Humidity and I love Philly. So it'll be interesting to see what comes of this. I'll keep my ear to the ground and make sure to update you guys as we go. Anyway, we have a couple minutes left, so I figured we would gather around the fire and watch Philly's part in Charles Johnson's Broth video, which came out a couple years ago. Charles Johnson, another one of the local rippers out of New Orleans, and a bit of a legendary filmmaker. I believe he shot this on a TRV 900. Charles, if you're listening, let us know. It doesn't look as crispy as a VX 1000. I think it's the TRV, which is an earlier high 8 camera from the era. So made for a nice gritty representation of New Orleans. New Orleans is a tough city to skate, very crusty, lots of weather hitting all of the pavement and just crumbling everything into dust. So without further ado, let's check it out. This is Philly in Broth. Starting it out at one shell, switch flip over the barrel in Jordan 4s, way before any of you guys were skating Jordan 4s. Philly skates a lot of cool Nikes in this. Switch wall ride. Nice. That's Matt Reason vibes, heavy. By the way, I know I keep putting off the Matt Reason episode, but it's coming, guys. I know the old heads are waiting with bated breath. Big, tall 50-50 for a single clip. Nice. Lots of good one-shell footage here. That's one shell square on Poydras Street in downtown New Orleans, Central Business District. Taking it all the way across the street here. Tray flip. Philly's got great tray flips. And he wallies the can. Great line. Boom. Big crooked grind for a single. Nice. Wall rides. Up the levels in the Danny Sumpa. High dunks. DC's for a clip. So Philly, one of the things about Philly is he does these projects with different, he's done projects with DC, Reebok, Nike SB famously. It just seems like he skates whatever he wants, which I think is dope. I think a lot of skaters get stuck on a shoe brand and they don't branch out, but Philly seems to transcend this in a beautiful way. So hold on, let's watch that again. Backtail to switch backtail. Wonderful. At Crescent Park here, this is one of the haunts. If you're a skateboarder in New Orleans, you spend some time there for sure. Big old gap front wall ride. Nice. Big old wally. Heel flip up in some off-white Michigan dunks there. Nice. Lots of wall crawl action going on here through the scaffolding, through some crusty New Orleans shit. Beautiful nose grind. Nice. Tray flip the one shell 8 stair. Nice. Nose manual nollie flip. Skating the wall rail here. That's on the side of the Pavilion Hotel on Poydras Street. Ollie up. Big old kickflip. I think that's Basin Street. Correct me if I'm wrong. Sound off in the comments. Nice. Basin Street, a couple blocks down from Louis Armstrong Park. Very cool. Very dope. Thanks, Philly. Very cool. Yeah, that's Philly, man. We stand Philly here at Fusilli Grind. He's a kind man. He has kindness in his heart. He's shown us a lot of kindness over the years. And by us, I mean me personally, because Fusilli Grind is 5 days old at the time that I'm making this. So, yeah, so I think keep your eyes peeled. I think we might have another Humidity Nike SB collab coming down the pipe, and I think it's going to be dope. Textbook.